Big day in the world of politics, though, but outside of the country's courts. Today it is Gauteng Premier David Makhura who's going to deliver his State of the Province address today. He's going to present, we understand, a program of action, we're told, amidst a mountain of criticism over poor service delivery. Our reporter, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, is on that for us now at the Brixton Multipurpose Centre, I understand as well. I'm already seeing as well all the security necessary for the State of the Province address. And this one is incredibly important, not to downplay the other provinces, Pule, of course, but it's the economic hub. We have to talk about the money, don't we?
Well, yes, quite importantly so, Edwards, and there's a lot that has to be, pronounced by the Premier today, as expected, not only by opposition parties, but also the residents of Gauteng as well. So you look at some of the, State of the Province addresses that have been made previously, and to date there's been concerns around the program of action and as to whether the Premier has implemented some of those plans he had outlined previously, such as one which includes the e-tolls. There's been a lot of issues around that. You remember previously the Gauteng Premier had said that he would look into the matter of e-tolls. To date, it still remains a challenge for the province. Gauteng sitting at a staggering 37% of unemployment rate only in this province. That's also one of the issues that some believe is yet to be attended to, particularly with the opposition parties such as the DA saying there's been much more challenges that have caused this problem as well, including amongst other issues, corruption. You remember that SIU report looking into PPE corruption as well does outline how there was a lot of corruption and mishandling of funds in the province, particularly around how some services in the Gauteng Department of Health had been delayed. You remember just recently there was a delay in the reopening of the Charlotte Maxeke Hospital, and while we've seen that as well, we've seen how certain executives in the Gauteng Health Department had benefited from this corruption, which involved the allegations of the Anglo Hospital, which was allegedly involved as well in the mishandling of funds where money was supposed to be channeled to build that hospital. But to date, there's been questions around how that was processed. Amongst other issues, Gareth, we continue to see how there's also been problems with the service delivery in the province, with amongst other problems. You'd remember that the issue of roads as well, with potholes. Residents have had to come out to say those are the issues that have been challenging them, and they're expecting the Premier to outline how some of these, challenges will be addressed. This is one province as well in which, under the Premier's watch, has seen a loss to Tshwane, Ekurhuleni, and of course the Joburg City in the previous local government election. So there's quite a lot that the Premier will have to outline in terms of a way forward. It is, of course, it will be a hot seat that he will be taking during this SOPA address, with a lot of opposition parties, having questions as to how some of these plans he will be presenting will be outlined, and how the time frames will be achieved once that SOPA address has been delivered.
That's right, and I can see the red carpet just over your left shoulder there as well. I imagine all the dignitaries are going to make their way up a little later this morning. Speaking of timelines, just very briefly, before I let you go, Pule, just give me a time. What time can we expect to see SOPA for Gauteng?
Well, as it is right now, we're expecting some of, the dignitaries to be making their way here, but we do understand that the Premier is expected to deliver his address at 10 a.m. And that's when the ceremony will kickstart. And while it is right now, we will be seeing some of those government officials making their way in here, and hopefully it will be a smooth sailing SOPA without any disruptions from opposition parties.
Pule Letshwiti-Jones, thank you very much. Indeed, we'll come back to you again. So as you can see, very, very busy morning here on eNCA. We not only have the pre-trial hearing of suspended ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule, we'll have Siphamandla Goge on that story. Also, Pule Letshwiti-Jones. What is the state of the Gauteng province? 10 o'clock this morning, we're going to find out.